Yung human trafficking angle, we're studying it, the elements, yung elements niyan.
Kasi kung meron pong human trafficking dito, si ano po yun? Hindi ho ba si alias Ken?
No, but
Puntahan po natin si Congressman, ex-Congressman Paras at si Congressman Leandro Leviste, sir. Explain to us paano sila napasok sa usapan.
well, nung kinento na, there were 3 meetings. Ang kwento nito ni alias Ken, May 26, nag-text sa kanya si former Congressman Jing Paras para mag-meeting sila na merong ipapatrabaho. So natuloy yung meeting, 3 meetings yan. July 11, July 15, and July 26.
July 11
11, yeah.
and, sorry sir,
July 15 and July 26.
Okay.
So yung July, ang recollection dun sa meeting na yon, may kasama na ng lawyers. So nag-meet na una, tapos pinadala yung mga babae nung 15 na to. Ito na yung 15. Yung 11 kasi hindi namin na-document yan masyado, no? When I say na-document, I will tell you now, meron kaming copy ng CCTVs. Okay?
ito nung July 11.
Ikaw unang nakarinig niyan.
Opo, okay.
So meron kami ng CCTVs dyan. Yung 11 wala. Because yung saving time ng mga CCTVs only for 2 weeks. So nung pinuntahan namin to get the copy ng CCTVs, 15 and 26 yung nakuha namin.
So dalawang araw.
So nung 15, kitang-kita, Congressman Jing Paras, yung 4 na babae, yung si alias Ken, and lawyers nandoon. Dala yung affidavit, yun yung kwento sa amin, at yun yung sabing, ando doon, kung ano-anong allegation, nagda-drugs, tapos kung ano-anong sexual na favors ang ginagawa, maraming kwento. Yung pera, hinahagis, mga ganyan na storya. Detailed yung storya.
Pero gawa na talaga sa affidavit.
Meron na silang nire-ready. Kasama yung lawyers. Una, tinuturuan sila. Tinuturuan sila kung anong mga sasabihin. Pinapakwentong ganyan. So, July 15 yan. Noong July 26, pagbalik nila, ang kwento sabi ni alias Jen, natakot na siya, hindi na susumama. So, tama. Nung nakita namin yung CCTV noong July 26,
wala na si alias Jen.
iba na yung tinuturuan na kasama.
I see.
But it's still Jing Paras and the lawyers who belongs to one prominent law office in Ortigas.
Sir, it's coming out. It's saying Rondain law firm.
Well, we've sent the subpoena, and the subpoena was sent to their office.
The Rondain law firm.
Yes.
So it's going to be Attorney Roy Rondain and 3 others.
And the partner.
And
And 2 more associates.
meron pa pong lumalabas na isa pong pangalan, the female lawyer that is an associate in the Rondain law firm who is representing Congressman Leandro Leviste.
She was not in the meetings ng 15 and 26, but she is the one na sumulat sa NBI representing Congressman Libiste. Siya yung tumatayo ng lawyer.
Okay, but she is an associate of
She
the
is
Rondain
when we
law firm.
check, she is a member of the law office. Ang bukod dun sa website na nakita namin, nung isinerve namin yung subpoena and the letter, answer to the letter of Attorney Fajardo, dun sa office niya, pinadala. Same the office. in
What does
Ortigas.
that tell you?
Well, there's a conspiracy. Merong isang malaking plano na sirain talaga yung personalidad. And we have to look ng mas malalim dahil alam natin, tingnan natin sino yung mga nire-represent nito, anong mga connections.
Okay. So far, I mean, factually, Attorney Rui Rondain is representing ex-Congressman Zaldico.
That's on record. I think
Opo.
nakikita naman natin sa news yan.
So, ano ho kaya ang kanyang connection dito sa issue na to, aside from, was he part of the CCTV video?
Ando dun siya.
Si Attorney Rondain?
Yes, andun
He
siya.
was there. And 3 others,
The 3 others.
except the female lawyer.
The female lawyer was not there.
Okay. And what is the connection that you see from his law firm to this honey trap plot?
Sila yung tumatayong lawyer. Sila yung tatayong lawyer sa paghahanda ng
Okay.
peke na affidavit, pagbibideo sa kanila, pag-prepare ng mga testimonya.
Sir, pagka ganun po, yung affidavit was not signed.
Wala pa. Walang pirma.
And how many affidavits were there?
Well, they're preparing for kasi 4 na babae yung kausap nila dahil 5 million nga, 1 million para kay alias Ken, yung 4 million doon sa 4 na babae magte-testify.
Tomorrow po, supposed to be, ay sinabi na si ex-Congressman Jing Paras and Congressman Leandro Leviste.
Yes.
This was already moved dahil it was supposed to be last week. Humingi sila ng pagkakataon na kung pwedeng i-move dahil they want copies of the affidavits or the complaint. Is this, I know in a recent interview you said that they will not get a copy. Humarap muna kayo at doon natin pag-usapan. What is the plan tomorrow, sir?
Ganito po yun. Nung Thursday dapat sila mag-appear, hindi sila nag-appear, sumulat sila saying their rights. Pero alam po ninyo, meron na pong decided case yan. Tsaka meron din po kaming Memorandum Circular 48 ng DOJ at yung executive order po dun sa na prohibiting pag-itsan the law enforcement investigation, hindi po namin pwedeng ibigay yung
Is
mga
that
kopya
so?
na yan. But during the inquest na, yung sa fiscal na po, yung inquiry na, yung sagutan na, because there will be a complaint affidavit, that's the time that they can answer.
Paano ho nila sasagutin ang isang bagay na hindi po nila alam officially?
Inquiry
Yun po yung
po-
sinasabi ng Attorney Mark
Inquiry
Tolentino.
po yun eh. We will ask them, can you categorically deny na kinausap po si Alias Ken? Can you categorically deny na nag-usap kayo ni Congressman Libiste, kayong dalawa ni Congressman Paras? Ang tatanungin namin sa mga lawyer, give them the preview now. Nandoon ba kayo sa pulong na yon? At bakit kayo nandoon? Anong pinag-usapan ninyo? Para pong ano yan, may reklamo sa polisiya, sa polis, tatawagin yung suspect, question and answer. Hindi naman po pwede na inireklamo yung isang tao, may pinatay po, nireklamo, nandoon na yung complaint, sinabi kung paano pinatay, we cannot give that testimony because you can create your story already, your defense.
Your defense.
Di po ba? So factual pa lang po to, wala pa tayong pinag-uusapang batas na binayolate. So ako lang few questions lang, again, kay former Congressman Paras. Congressman Paras, do you categorically deny na nakausap mo si Alias Ken nung araw na ito? At ito ba yung pinag-usapan ninyo? Kasi sabi, gagawa ng pelikula eh. Napanood ko yan eh. So, ano yung pinag-usapan nyo nung araw na yon? Bakit kausap nyo itong mga babae na ito? Kasi coincidence po masyado, marami po, Ma'am Pinky. Bakit po lumabas kagad yung Rockwell? Nung iniimbestigahan po namin yung si Alias Jen, nung nagsalita, yun din yung sinabi niya. Hindi pa po nagagawang public yung statement. So there are statements na what I'm telling you now is alam na ng publiko because nagkaroon sila ng interview with several media personalities na exclusive. Alam ko halos lahat na ng personalities na interview with the consent of the lawyer. And the lawyer of Alias Ken nag-appear na rin publicly at marami na pong sinabi din.
Ang sabi po ni Attorney Mark Tolentino when I interviewed him last week, baliktad po ang storya. A couple of bullet points he said, sir, it's not a honey trap plot because kapag trap, future daw. Ang sinasabi niya, nangyari ito 2022 to 2025. Yun po ang kanyang sinasabi. And he said that it was this Alias Ken na lumapit kay ex-Congressman Jing Paras to ask him to finance a movie, to which the ex-Congressman said no. And then, Alias Ken said, okay, he offered the testimony that para sa halagang 6 million pesos, gagawa kami ng affidavit kung ano nangyari noong 2022 to 2025 and name these particular personalities. What do you say to that, sir?
Well, siguro doon sa puntong honey trap, doon nagkaroon ng confusion talaga. Kasi ang paniwala ng iba sa storya, yung 5 babaeng nahuli namin na-rescue namin for human trafficking in Alias Ken, yung 5 na yun, isasalang kay ipapain, kay E.S. Recto. Hindi po ganoon. Sabi ko nga, yung pong human trafficking case is now ongoing. In fact, hanggang ngayon, nakakulong po, nakadetain sa amin si Alias Ken. Ang nangyari po dito is purely an accident na lumabas yung storya.
Yeah.
At hindi yan trap, kundi gagawan ng trap-up cases, gagawan ng mga kaso because of the encouragement of former Congressman Jing Paras. So, ngayon na nangyayari po is the word of, yung salita ni former Congressman at salita nitong si
Alias Ken, exactly. That's where I wanted to go, sir.
Pero may corroboration yung pong kay Alias Ken eh. May isa ring testigo, si Alias Jen. At hindi lang po yun. Meron pa po kaming ibang mga
video.
Hindi lang po video, witnesses.
There are other witnesses,
There are other witnesses, which I will not name names muna po ngayon. Nung tinanong po ako, Ma'am Pinky, sabi sa akin ng isang reporter, gaano po ba kalakas yung ebidensya nyo? Eh, sabi ko, kasi lakas ni Superman yung ebidensya. And that is very factual. In fact, may isang nag-interview po sa akin nung Sabado, na sabi niya, 25 years na ako sa investigative journalism, the tone ng salita mo, you're very confident. And tama po, because I've seen the pieces of evidence, I've seen the documents, I've seen the CCTV, pati po records ng mga iba pang gamit na nandoon at mga testimonya po ng mga iba pang tao.
I'm trying to, piece everything, sir, because there are obviously two sides to this. That's why I wanted to start with the presumption kanina na ano ba yung inyong natalisod, hindi ho ba? Kaya kinuwento po natin yan para everything is clear. Pero pagkausapan mo po yung, hindi kayo, nung nakausap po yung kabilang side, si Attorney Mark, if I try to imagine it, that there's a CCTV and there are text messages, it can still relate to, o pwede pa rin patotohanan yung kanyang sinasabi. Kumbaga, ang sinasabi niya, kasi nga inoffer ni Alias Ken eh. So, gagawa sila ng mga affidavit. Hence, sir, possibly those CCTV footage in the restaurant. You know what I mean, sir?
Yes.
That's one. And then the text message is supposed to be, sinasabi ni Attorney Mark, siya pa nga daw ang, nangungulit pa daw si Alias Ken. Okay lang ba tayo magmi-meeting? May mga ganon.
Pero,
Go ahead, sir.
I have one point doon sa sinabi niyo lahat po, Ma'am Pinky. Assuming, for the sake of argument, na itong si Alias Ken na nagsabi ng ganon, pumayag siya eh. Sumama siya eh. Nag-offer sila na ng payment eh. Sinabi nila kung sino magpipinance. Hindi ba? Guilty pa rin po. I don't think that is a valid defense. Maaring bumaba lang yung participation, pero guilty pa rin. Nagplano pa rin sila.
It doesn't
That is
erase
assuming, that is alias Ken ang nagsabi, which is highly doubtful. Bakit po? Na-establish na natin yung personality ni alias Ken, yun yung parang bread and butter niya eh. So it defies logic na kung sasabihin niya na gano'n, mawawala lahat yung hanap buhay
Wala
niya.
siyang trabaho.
Wala na siyang trabaho.
Tapos may kakalabanin pa siyang
May kalaban pa siyang matatas na opisyal. It could be the other way around. Kung kakilala niya si Yes, di sabihin na lang niya, yes, meron akong ganitong istorya. O lalabas ko to. Hindi ba mas logical yun? Ba't gagawa ka pa ng istorya? Hindi po ba?
What about Congressman Leandro Leviste? What do you have solid that involves him, his name to this plot?
So far, we have circumstantial. I'll be honest, I will call a spade, no? Circumstantial kasi it's based on the testimony nung dalawang, si alias Ken at alias Jen, based on the accounts ng sinabi ni Kong Jing Paras. Pero nadagdagan na to nung nakilala na. Kasi later on namin na-establish yung mga lawyers eh. Which is by statement sila ngayon na yung mga lawyers mismo rin nagsabi that the payment will be coming from Congressman Leandro Leviste.
The lawyers said that?
Yes.
That the payment will be coming?
Yes.
The lawyers...
Client nila si Leandro Leviste at yung bayad na ibibigay manggagaling doon sa kanilang kliyente na si Leandro
Nandun po
Leviste.
sa affidavit?
Nandun siya. Nag-supplemental affidavit na ngayon yung ano.
Yes, si alias Ken.
Yeah,
di ba?
sinabi niya na rin yun sa ano, nung lawyer niya sa interview.
Yeah, but
That's why I can-
aside from him, sir, aside from alias Ken, what else links Congressman Leandro
Yung
Leviste?
lawyer na nag-represent sa kanya, when we check, member of the law office. Dito. Yes. Then yung mga postings niya, pag pinag-aralan mo, which we check already with our CCD, it will reveal something eh. Nag-establish siya ng parang pattern eh. Kasi May 17, nag-post na siya na sino yung mataas na opisyal ng bababae dyan sa Rockwell. May ganun na. Tapos after 1 week, May 26, nag-text na si Jing Paras.
You mean, sir, to clarify that text or Facebook post possibly that he posted,
Facebook, sir.
sinasabi mo, premise na yon, prequel na yon doon sa plano.
Kasi doon, if you will look at it, that is an innocent posting. Pero ngayon na may nangyaring ganito at may nahuli na ganito, pwede na nating bigyan ng kahulugan. If a reasonable mind will believe na, teka muna, parang connected to. Pati lugar.
Sir, so tomorrow, what's going to happen is they're supposed to show up because pinasabina po sila.
Yes.
But so far, what we know is that Congressman Leandro Leviste is out of the
He's out of
country.
the country.
Sabi mo nga, bon voyage. Di ba ba? Are you expecting one? Let's go to ex-Congressman Jing Paras. Kung si Attorney Mark lang po ang magpakita, would that suffice?
Well, we'll proceed kung ano yung meron. At sa Thursday naman, yung mga lawyers, so kung wala nang darating pa ng ibang testimonya or mga ebidensya, I think we can probably wrap up and come out with the investigation report already.
Sabi ni, was it, of course, also DILG Secretary John
John
Vic
Vic, yeah.
was saying that this is human trafficking?
Well, we're looking into that.
Ano po yung possible charges?
Ang malinaw na charges dyan is you're encouraging somebody to make false accusation. So, meron na penalty dyan kagad. Then, yung pag-perjure, pinipag-perjure mo yung mga witnesses, then we're looking in other cases. Yung human trafficking angle, we're studying it, the elements, yung elements niyan.
Kasi kung meron pong human trafficking dito, ano po yun? Hindi ho ba si alias Ken?
No, but ang tinitingnan namin is when there's that negotiation, will it amount to something that is human trafficking? So, pinag-aaralan pa po namin.
Supposed to be that negotiation between alias
Yes.
Ken and
Yes.
ex-Congressman Jing Paras. All right. And siguro we just have to wait for tomorrow, sir. And what
That's
about Kong Leandro Leviste if he doesn't show up? Same thing.
Well, parehas din po.
Okay.
Ako lang po, nagtataka lang ako, I think, I watch your show, na sinasabi mo that si former Kong Jing Paras, very vocal yan eh. Talaga nagsasalita yan, dire-diretso. Pero in this issue, medyo missing yata.
He's quiet because
Yeah.
ang sabi daw ni Attorney Mark, pinayuhan daw niya ang kanyang kliyente na huwag magsalita.
But he's also a lawyer.
Yes.
He's also a lawyer.
Okay. Anong possible charges, sir, dun sa lawyers? Yung 4 na lawyers. I mean,
The same. Plus, of course, mas mataas yung requirements sa kanila ng batas because being a lawyer, meron kaming Code of Professional Responsibility and Accountability, yung SIPRA namin in our lawyer's oath. So, dun pa lang medyo may problema na. Kawawa rito yung lawyers na bata pa eh. Medyo mga associates there.
possible disbarment ho ba?
Yes,
Pwede rin yan.
of course. If you encourage somebody to make false testimony, malino na grounds for disbarment yan eh.
Sir, aside from the alias Ken and alias Jen and the CCTV, meron po kayong, kasi sabi nga you're very confident, you have solid evidence to prove this.
That's right.
Would it be the text messages?
Kasama po yun. Kasi tapos 2 days ago, nung ito labas na yung issue, nag-attempt pang tumawag
Tumawag.
si Kong Jing Paras dun sa...
I saw that that interview.
in fact,
Sabi mo,
yung screenshot nung tawag, napasa na sa akin
Aha.
Sa
Sabi mo,
telepono.
bakit, sagutin lang niya, bakit ka tumawag kay alias Ken kahapon or kagabi?
Yes, pati sa akin. He's trying to call me nung pumutok to we're friends, no? Magkaibigan ko naman yung mga yan. But again, I will say, no one is above the law. I'm sorry, I'm here right now. I'm an NBI director. I have responsibility and mandate.
I need to move on to other subjects, sir, very quickly. Yung pong sa Taguig flood control, I understand that the NBI is also investigating this. Where are you in terms of the investigation? Because Senator Ping Lacson was saying there was a insertion of billions of pesos from both Senator Pia and Senator Alan Cayetano, sir.
We're looking at the same evidence that was presented by Senator Ping Lacson to the Office of the Ombudsman. I have a team. Actually, meron naman po talagang team ang NBI ng flood control. No? We created a special task force. Yung mga tao lang comment, but di unahin yung flood control. In fact, we filed cases already, 27, and we're wrapping up another 27. I think it was today or yesterday na si Ombudsman Boying Rimulya was in Cebu. Yun po yung dalawang ghost project namin pong inimbestigahan.
I see.
So, dire-diretso po. So, when we were provided with documents, ni-review po namin yan, the letters of do sa PRA, yung sinasabi na PRA, and sa Laguna Lake Development Authority.
Can you
because they're
categorically say,
connected
sir, that there was really no permit for that reclamation area on C6?
We're making validations. Sumulat po kami sa PRA and Laguna Lake Development Authority. Of course, we've seen the documents, but kami po will always double-check. Papadala po rin kami ng sarili namin pong investigation.
The documents you got, was it from Senator Ping Lacson?
Well, I think the same documents po. But it was not Senator Ping Lacson who provided us the documents.
And if you were very confident about this honey trap plot, how confident are you about this issue, sir?
Palinoin po.
Yung totoo
the
po ito.
document speaks for itself. It's the best evidence. Sabi nga po sa rules and evidence, the documents is the best evidence. Makita po natin doon sa documents.
Alright. Isama ko na rin po yung sa SEA Games, sir. Update dahil si PSC chairman, sabi ko nga sa inyo, busy kayo. Pato Gregorio appeared before the NBI.
Yes, I
What
was
is this
there.
update here, sir?
I was there. I met with Chair Pato Gregorio, and they provided us testimony and documents. Pero hindi lang po siya. Marami pong nagbigay na sa amin ng dokumento. And we're waiting na mag-appear pa sana sila Ted Susara and the others. Wala po nag-appear doon sa member ng PISGOC. But I think we have enough documents, sufficient documents to come out with the reasonable, logical, and solid po na findings po.
Which is?
Which is there's really corruption. Yun po yung lumalabas
To the
doon.
tune of how much, sir?
Well, yun po yung amount because what was turned over was 6.7 billion officially. Pero there are some allegations that there's more coming from the office of the president at that time. So we're following the money trail. We're having talks with AMLC and the other agencies po.
Were there any surprises in this investigation, sir?
Hindi na po kami nagulat kasi what was reported to us, yun din yung nilalabas ng dokumento.
Last, sir. We have 5 minutes. Are you looking into this? Yung nangyari pong the media was on a frenzy asking you kung nahuli daw po si Senator Bato de la Rosa, sir. Ano ba nangyari doon and what do you know?
I don't know. Bigla na lang akong tinanong. I went back to my office. Magtatanong yung mga reporter. Sabi ko, wala. Kasi wala po talaga. Kung meron naman, ako naman will always tell ko ano yung meron. Pero wala. I don't know kung ano yung reason. Siguro there are some political reasons but I cannot second guess or I cannot give my opinion on that matter.
Are there any